Welcome to class. My name is Selena Garofino. If you're enjoying these practices, I invite you to join my YouTube membership. For just a few dollars a month, it helps to keep the lights on in the studio so that I can bring you these potent classes. If you're keen to deepen your relationship with yoga, my Yoga Alliance accredited 200-hour totally self-paced yoga teacher training is only $4.99. It includes bi-weekly live calls with me and a monthly special event and lifetime access to the course. If you prefer in-person training, I offer advanced and 200-hour yoga teacher trainings, live streaming, and in select locations around the world. I also offer potent retreat experiences all over the world, and you're welcome to come with the discount code YouTube anytime. Today, I want to talk about opening up to possibilities. Somewhere along the line in our lives, and then continually, we start to build all of these rules about how we can make money, rules about how we can love, rules about what's possible for us. And I want to teach you as much as I can in 20 minutes to break the boundary conditions of your thinking. This happens by simply asking questions like, what else could that mean? What else is possible? What if I didn't do it that way? What if it was possible for me to insert problem in a different way? One way that we can play with this energetically is by building something called vayu. Vayu means great wind, and in the yoga tradition, in the subtle body, it says there's 5 of them. Prana vayu is this uplifting, energizing, creative energy. And when we have a lot of vayu, we're more open to possibilities and creative ways of thinking. So we're going to tap into our inner courage by cultivating a spacious and voluminous breath. So come to a comfortable seat. I would slide a blanket underneath of your bum so that there's a little sense of being on a downhill slope. And we're gonna just start to open up these beautiful side body tissues. So take your left fingertips out to the side and inhale and take your right arm up alongside of your ear and reach up and over, and then start to soften, if it's available to you, into that left elbow, finding a little bend in the elbow, turning the left side of the chest towards the sky. Inhale here, and now exhale and roll towards that left knee, and then inhale and roll it back open again. Do that a couple more times. Big breath in, and then exhale, a little scoop and round over yourself, sort of getting into the back of the rib cage. Inhale, and then exhale and scoop in. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in, and then exhale and round. Good. Now we're going to stay here and make a big swooping motion to the other side. So crawl your fingertips like a rainbow, and then open up your left shoulder now towards the sky, softening into that right elbow a little bit. Same thing, big breath in here, and then exhale and round slightly forward. Inhale and open it up. Good. Keep going. Exhale, take it down. Again, inhale to open. Exhale, round it down one more time. Big breath in, opening up through the whole of your side body. And now scoop forward and make that little half circle back over to the other side. Open it up nice and tall one more time. Go back over to the right, left arm up alongside of your ear. Open it up. Good. Now come back up to the midline, fingertips to the floor. Broaden your collarbones and your upper middle back, nice and spacious. Super beautiful. Let's come to all fours. So you can slide the blanket out of the way. We'll probably use it a little bit later. Come to all fours on the mat, and we're going to open up the windows of our house, which are our collarbones. So take your right wrist and flip it all the way around. And this can be really uncomfortable, but it's so nurturing. And expand that right collarbone out to its own side. And then flip your left wrist all the way around so that you can open up the left collarbone. Take the gaze slightly forward, spread the tops of the feet, and now start to cat-cow your spine with this flipped wrist. And you might find a little micro bend in the elbow, so you can lift off the center of the palm, and do this with a little bit of speed now and pump your breath. When we have a short practice, it's important to put some heat and fluency into the body early on if we're going to go into some, more intense poses. So whip your spine forward and back and pump the breath. Good. Pause at the center. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, lean back and open up the forearms here. In Chinese medicine, in our Katonah practice, we say that the wrist is connected to the neck. So we're playing with the tissues of the lungs and the breathing, even in these really simple shapes. Good. Come back forward. Flip the palms forward. There's probably a lot of sensation there right now. Take your buttock bones up and back. Take a moment and just let your down dog be whatever your down dog is. Bend and straighten the legs if you wish. Practicing expansive breathing invites inspiration. The in-breath, brings inspiration. The breath is a muse. In the yoga tradition, it says the more prana we have, the more stable we are and the more expansive we are. And these practices where we tap into the lungs, taps us into our courage, which gives us the stability and the ability to see beyond the everyday, how we always think things are supposed to be, and to start to invite in new and more interesting questions, which opens us up to new possibilities. Really nice. So now bend your knees, get your buttock bones high, come up on the balls of the feet so that you're really spacious and there's a real sense of wave through your spine. And then come forward to a plank pose, take your heart forward, and then bend at the knees and the hips, hips up and back. Do that a couple more times. Again, just starting to cultivate a little bit of heat in the body. Nice. And then hold that downward facing dog. Really beautiful. Lunge your right foot forward and drop to your back knee right away. Uncurl the back toes, press into the baby toe side of your back foot, and lift yourself up into Anjaneyasana. And then make it buoyant today. Come up on the ball of that front foot if you can. Sometimes I roll a blanket up under my heel if that's feeling really intense. But think that you're up in a little high heel shoe and everything is rising. Your imagination, your energy, your prana, your possibilities, your life. Good. Take your fingertips back to the floor. Drop the heel down and step up and back to downward facing dog once again. Good. Shift forward to a plank. Take your pubic bone towards the mat and open up your chest. Floating up dog. And then back to down dog, 2 bent knees. Good. Lunge your left foot forward. Look where you're traveling and drop to your back knee. Uncurl those back toes. Come up in a high heel shoe on your left foot and lift everything up. Pubis forward. Open heart. Open mind. Soft throat. Good. Descend the heel. Take the fingertips back to the floor and step it back downward facing dog once again. Really nice job. Come forward into floating up dog, open up your chest, and then back to downward facing dog once again. Lunge your right foot between your hands. Super nice. Beautiful, beautiful. And then from here, pin your back heel down for a Trikonasana and start to extend the right leg from the buttock bone all the way to the ball of the foot and the ball of the foot to the buttock bone. Take your left arm up high to the sky, broaden your collarbones. If it feels good in your neck, look up. And keep finding that connection through the ball of the front foot so you're not locking out the knee. Nice big breath. Good. Bend your right knee. Take your left hand to the floor and step back to a Vashisthasana. You're welcome to modify this by dropping to your left knee. Side plank, right arm high to the sky. Or the other transition is just to pivot both feet back. Super good. Nice big breath. Take your right hand to the floor. Downward facing dog, give your hips a little wiggle, a little bounce and a little shake. Just letting go of any stagnancies to make space for more. And then lunge your left foot between your hands, pin your back heel down. Trikonasana, triangle pose. As it is known, broaden your collarbones, right arm up to the sky, navel point back. Big opening, spacious breath. Nice. Take your right hand down to the floor and step back, your variation of side plank Vashisthasana. Drive the pubic bone forward, lengthen your tail, ribs in. Left hand down to the mat, downward facing dog. Good. Walk your feet forward to your hands now. Little soft bend in the knees, knees towards your armpits, opposite palm to opposite elbow. Just hang over your legs for a moment. Finding a little moment of symmetry. Good, and then take a deep breath in. Push all the way up to stand, palms touch, and then take your arms back down at your side. Very good. We're gonna play a little bit in the body. Cross your right leg over your left leg, so you're crossed at the knees. And then take your arms up and catch your left wrist with your right hand. And now I want you to roll towards the pinky edge of your left foot. Send your hips to the left and open up everything in that side body. Turn the right side of your chest towards the sky. Good. Inhale, come back up to the center. Keep your legs crossed. Uncross your hands, palms slide down the middle. Wiggle your little baby toes in one line. Take your heart forward. And now you're going to step your left foot to the back right corner of your mat and drop to your back knee. Send your heart forward. If you're feeling stable here, unfurl it. Take that left hip around and forward. Arms up for just a beat. Good. Take your hands back down to the floor, and now cross your right leg in front of your left in a bent knee downward facing dog. Bend both of your knees for a moment, really sink into yourself. And now we're gonna pivot and re-expand, open. Right foot is in front of left in this little Vashisthasana side plank. Take your left arm alongside of your ear, circle it back to the ground. Pivot on the balls of the feet, bend into your knees once again. Let's do that again. Pivot, open up and shoot forward. Good. Left hand down, bend both of the knees. Lunging your buttock bones up and back. One more time. Shoot forward onto that right hand. Pivot it open. And then left hand back to the floor and bend. Super nice. Shift forward into a cross-legged, super weird up dog. And then back to downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna take our left foot, your back foot, all the way around to your right hand and drop to your back knee. If you feel stable, right hip is coming forward, lift your arms up. So good. Take your fingertips down to the floor, and now we're gonna cross left leg behind right. Trace the center line all the way up, arms up. Now catch, this time, your right wrist with your left hand. Send your hips to the right. Roll to the pinky edge of that right foot. Nice. Come back up to the midline and bow down over your legs once again. Wiggle your little baby toes in one line. Right foot is going to travel to the back left corner of the mat. Drop to your back knee. Take your right hip forward and around and lift it up. So good. Left hands down, left foot travels back, crossing in front of your right. Bend your knees like you are crouching, about ready to pounce on something, and then lunge your body forward onto your left hand, right arm by your ear. Right hand to the mat, pivot onto the balls of feet, send your buttock bones up and back. 2 more times, lunge it forward. Right hand down, lunge it back. Not actual lunge with your foot. I hope I didn't confuse you. Shoot your body forward. Maybe that's a better cue. And then right hand down. Super nice. Hold here and then come forward into that wonky cross-legged up dog and back to downward facing dog. Take your right foot to your left hand. Drop to your back knee and lift up again. A little more velocity now. Fingertips to the floor. Step forward with your legs crossed. Trace the center line. Flip the palms up to the sky. Big breath. Hands to your heart center. Just pause for a moment. Feel the breath. Maybe a nice sighing exhale. Maybe a soft smile. Uncross your legs. So I like to play with these kind of sort of strange movements. Just shake side to side a little bit. Because it disrupts our neurology. It invites us to do something different, right? To open up new potentials and possibilities in our neurology, to break the rules of how things are supposed to be done. Stand in Tadasana and inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hip crease and fold over your legs. Inhale, take your heart forward, and exhale, walk it back, downward facing dog. Nice big breath. Really beautiful. I'm going to turn around on my mat. You stay just where you are. From here, take your right leg up to the sky. Take your heel to your butt, and then your knee to your nose, and step your right foot between your hands. Pin your back heel down, all the way up, warrior 2. Nice familiar pose. Flip your palms to the sky. Anchor your navel point to the left. Really big breath here. Nice job. Now take your palms up overhead, pivot your right foot in, turn your left toes out a little bit, and sink down into Skandasana. Can come up on your right heel, opening up that inner thigh. Take your left fingertips to the floor, right arm to the sky. Good. And now from here, we're going to shift all the way back to our right foot. Put your right fingertips on the floor, and then lift your left leg up. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Open up your collarbones. Nice, steady, big breath. Good. Tap your left foot on the floor, back into Warrior Two one more time. And then cartwheel your hands to the mat and step back, downward facing dog. If you wish, take a vinyasa here. Up dog, chaturanga, up dog, whatever you like. And then hold the down dog for a moment. Good, take your left leg high. Just this last little frisky part of practice. Heel to butt, knee to nose, and step your left foot through. Pin the back heel down, Warrior Two. Palms to the sky. Nice, big, full breath. And now straighten your left leg, take your palms to touch, pivot on your feet, coming into Skandasana, right knee bent. Take your right hand to the inside of your right leg, your left arm up to the sky. Now in this transition, you could even walk your hands across the floor. You're just gonna crawl yourself back over to your left leg, left fingertips to the floor, and then take your right leg up, high to the sky. Soft smile, broad collarbones. Tap your right foot on the floor. Warrior Two, one more time, big breath. Take your hands to the mat, downward facing dog. If you wish, some kind of chaturanga up dog vinyasa situation. And back to down dog. Lower down to your knees. Take a breath in child's pose. Just giving yourself a moment. Sometimes I like to stack my fists underneath of my forehead. Good, sit on your heels. And from here, we're gonna sit in a little Z sit. I'll mirror you. So you're gonna bring your right foot forward, right shin forward. And I'm not really fussed about the exact orientation of the legs here. It's gonna depend on your flexibility, okay? So be kind to yourself. This shouldn't be painful. You could even put a blanket underneath of your bum if you wish. Take your right fingertips out to the side, left arm alongside of your ear, and bow over your side body, bending into the right elbow. Good. Now take your hands up. You're going to take your left fingertips behind you and roll yourself up and open into this little back bend. Good. Descend the seat. Sweep your right hand around, left arm alongside of your ear, and side bend once again. Good. Let's do that again. Left hand behind you, up onto the right shin, right arm up and over. Good, one more time. Drop your seat, swing up and over to the right. Big opening through the left side. And then left hand behind you, lift the hips, open it up. So good. Lower your seat. Nice. We're gonna switch the cross of the legs. The way I like to do that is to simply pivot on my seat. And I'm actually gonna face the long edge of my mat now just so you can see things from a different angle. So now take your right arm up and over, left fingertips to the floor, and bend through your side body. Super nice. Take your right fingertips behind you, drive your hips up, left arm up and back in the back bend. Good. Drop your seat, and then again swing up and over to the left. Right fingertips behind you, left arm to the sky. So nice. One more time. Left fingertips up and over to the side, right arm up and over, so you're opening the right side body. Sweep the right hand behind you and lift the hips. Nice. Descend your hips once again. Very good. Extend your legs out into a straddle. And I often like to put myself up on a blanket just to put myself on a little downhill slope. Take your legs out to what is an appropriate and comfortable straddle for you. Find a little external rotation in the legs so the toes are moving back so the pelvis can come forward. And then just walk yourself down to a place where it feels good in your body. You don't have to have a full pancake. If you do, brilliant. You can also bring your elbows to blocks if you wish. The inner thighs are also connected to those pranic lines, to this idea of building Prana, vayu, to expanding and opening possibilities. So breathe into the inner thighs. Nice, steady breath. And then lengthen the whole front of your spine to come all the way up to a seat. We're going to come to lie on our back. Slide the blankets out of the way. Come down onto your back. And let's take a happy baby pose. Pull the knees towards the armpits. Stack your ankles over your knees. Find some length in the spine and a little rock side to side. And if it feels good to you, you can play with straightening one leg and bending the other as you rock towards that straightened leg, and then up and over to the other side. Again, just playing with those inner thigh lines a little bit. Good. Come to the center, bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let your heels separate and just start to move towards a rhythm of a little more quiet. And then extend your legs along the floor for a very short shavasana. Of course, I always invite everyone to rest longer, but coming to lie on your back just for a couple moments. As you come to rest on your back, soften your belly and shift your breathing, if it's not there already, to a very gentle ujjayi breath. A smooth, steady inhale and a smooth, steady exhale out the nose. And as the body starts to settle, and it might not be there yet, let the breath get increasingly smooth and effortless. You might even tune in to the mantra of the breath, so hum. So on the inhale, hum on the exhale. This sort of onomatopoetic sound of the breath. It's referencing on a higher level this idea of I am that. When you're in your I am thatness, there's nothing but expanded possibilities. Please gently begin to deepen your breath. Of course, if you have more time, I would invite you to stay on your back and rest. But if it's time for you to transition, roll over to your left side in a fetal position, supporting your head. Take a moment just to settle there and feel the support of the earth. And then use your right hand to mindfully and gently bring yourself up to a seat. If you're concluding your practice, I invite you to pump out a little Kapalabhati breath with me, just to put some water in the hose. In Katonah yoga, we say we make a cup and then we fill it up and we take a drink. So throw your arms up in the air in the shape of a V, an equilateral triangle for strength and structure and stability. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and then start to snap the abdomen back, forcefully exhaling out the nose. Exhale completely. Hook your thumbs, take a deep breath in. 3 more little sips through your mouth. 1 more little sniff. Hold your breath nice and full. Imagine you are shaking up your favorite cider or Prosecco or whatever it is that you like to drink that bubbles, and pop your cork. Let your fingertips touch the earth. Bring your hands somewhere on your body and give gratitude for your inspiration, your courage, and breaking all the rules that keep you from highest possibility. To all of your practices and to each of your hearts, thank you so much. My name is Selena Garofino. I created my 200-hour self-paced, totally virtual Yoga Alliance accredited teacher training and priced it at just $4.99 because I believe that everyone deserves access to excellence in education. Studying with me live streaming or in person can cost upwards of $2,500, and I want anyone that desires to pursue this path with me to be able to do so at an accessible rate from the comfort of their own home. Inside of this training, you will learn to cue with potency and efficacy. You'll learn to sequence powerfully vinyasa, hatha yoga classes, and so much more. You'll learn the art of adjustments, how to use props effectively and purposefully, not just saying to your students, grab a block if you need to. There are guest lecturers talking about topics like trauma-informed yoga, anti-racism in the yoga space, and so much more. When you're part of this program, you have access to bi-weekly calls with me for as long as you wish. Additionally, I host a special monthly event for all of my students and graduates. You have access to the recordings for as long as you wish. Inside of those classes, we talk about business of yoga. We go into deep pose studies. There's special meditation and asana classes, special storytelling classes, and so much more. Basically, I'm telling you that I've got you even after you graduate the program. We also have a private student forum that is not on social media, so you don't have to log into your Facebook to connect with other learners or to connect with me. If this sounds like something that you are interested in exploring, I invite you to head over to my website or send me a message so we can chat. Excellence in education is yours, and I am here to help you deepen your practice. Whether you just want to really dive into the heart of the yoga tradition or you're ready to take your passion for yoga out into the world, this is for you. And hey, if you're already a teacher, I promise you that there's a ton of information in this course that you didn't access in your 200, and I've got you too. I would love to see you inside of the program. Send me a message if you have any questions, and let's talk. I fucked that.